Right, before we get started, what all I want right now at this point is for that board to put this club up for sale. Just to put something out there and say we welcome any offers for West Ham United. It is quite abundantly clear that they are not up to doing this job. They cannot do it. I I've never seen. I don't know. I don't know if I've never seen a performance quite as bad as that. Maybe I have, but how I feel at the moment, just collectively, ownership, manager, players, very, very unhappy with it. The only thing I really care about at the moment is us as West Ham fans. I feel really sorry for anyone that's gone up to see that in the cold, freezing in that stadium when it's this weather, by the way. Travelling home, just feel totally sorry for West Ham fans who might have had a bit of hope, which some of us did. You know, might have got suckered into the old new year, new hope type of thing. That was terrible. I'm absolutely gobsmacked at how little fight and how little spirit there was shown from that team, who were completely and utterly gutless. The vast majority of them, I think they were poor. I'm absolutely astounded that despite the fact that we were losing the game and it was 3-0, not I think the striker would have made a difference particularly, but why not try it? I was amazed to see Callum Wilson running around or walking around that pitch at the end. I'm very, very worried. I'm very troubled by a lot of decisions that I've seen today on the pitch, in the technical area, and I'm just really, really worried about the decisions I'm seeing made from the boardroom towards West Ham. We are a club in absolute turmoil. To get beaten that comprehensively and that easily by the worst team in the Premier League. Yes, I know we are the worst team in the Premier League, but I just mean in terms of position. We were lucky, actually. In the end, they had a little attack in the second half, but they took the 3-0 win. They took that. They'd have carried on like they did in the first half. We could have got absolutely thrashed by a team that had literally they got 2 or 3 points, 3 points, I think, before they faced us today. I don't particularly want to review the game, or I don't particularly want to review all the intricacies and all the moments of the game. I'd rather talk about some of the individual performances. Some people are willing, but they're just not capable. Some people look like they're just useless. This team is not good enough. There's no doubt about it now. And I'll be interested to see. Ultimately, the owners are to blame here. Do I think Lopetegui, Potter, and Nuno are all absolutely useless? No, I don't think any of them are brilliant. But for them all to fail as explosively as they have, just shows just how badly the club has been run. I have a level of sympathy for Nuno with the squad he has, but that doesn't mean he can make no decisions. I'm very, very. I guess I am upset. I'm baffled as to why the formation switched, and then we still offered nothing in attack. That you would bring Thomas Souček on and not sort of utilize him correctly. I know the squad is not good. We needed goals. I guess he just gave up. I guess at 3-0 he gave up. I mean, what a weird thing that is. Both teams in the second half playing for the 3-0. Wolves for the 3-0 win. West Ham for the 3-0 loss. How bizarre was that? No Earthy, no Pablo. You never know. You get a goal back and something happens. It's 3-1 and then maybe you get another quick goal back. There was no belief from us. From the team had no belief. There was no belief in that dugout either. None. I'm not sure anyone can keep us up. Don't get me wrong, but I'm quite sure he is not capable now. Even if you think we're not going to stop and we should be preparing for next season, I don't think this is the right way to go. I don't think the ownership are going to do it. I think they've completely and utterly lost the plot. So I don't think they are going to sell the club. But it's that whole definition of madness and repeating the same experiment and expecting different results. You know, this is what's happening here. They are the problem. They absolutely are the problem. But just because they're a problem, saying David Sullivan's the problem, Karen Brady's the problem, and they are. That doesn't suddenly mean that the manager's right and the manager can get us out of it, or the vast majority of the players are right. I've been really impressed with Songo'o Tsumigasa recently. Really impressed with him. It was awful today, truly awful. He was involved in all 3 of the goals. And I understand we probably don't have much choice in terms of Max Kilman had to play. But in the build up to their penalty, I mean, what the hell was that? That clearance, which obviously, and then Magassa conceded the penalty. What the hell was that? I mean, he can't defend. He can't do basic stuff. It's a basic lack of coordination. I mean, it's weird as hell without boring you to death. We used to do juggling. I could juggle. We used to do juggling classes and balance classes and stuff like that. And just on a basic level, he just can't balance. It's so odd. Mavropanos looked absolutely startled. Walker Peters tried his best, but they came down that side a lot. Ollie Scholes was outpaced and outgunned. He's certainly not going to be one of the players that I accuse of not giving a damn. He does. He tried. But his opposite numbers were significantly better than him. Potts was rightly hooked at half time. So was Magassa, rightly so, by the way, both of them. But it is a worry. I can understand people having an off day. So many of them at the same time. What the hell was said in that dressing room? What the hell was said or wasn't said? I thought that was an easy team talk actually today. I don't know if you're giving them all Valium or something like that. That was horrendous. That was horrendous. The difference between Jared Bowen in this game and the last game against Brighton was chalk and cheese. There was no creativity in the team. Should probably say that. None. And does that all come down to Paqueta? I guess a large part of it does. I guess that's why Nuno wants to play him in the team. I have no faith in any of it anymore. I'm just being honest with you here. I can't be any more honest than that. I have very little faith. No faith that the ownership will do the right thing. I don't have the faith that this manager. He might be the right manager at the wrong club. There you go. He might well be a decent manager. Nuno Espírito Santo at this club, I just don't think he could do it. I don't think he's got what it takes. Maybe he's walked in here and thought, oh, my goodness, it's far bigger than I thought. I said the same thing about Potter. That's quite likely that the club has been left in such a state by the ownership that no one can do the job. That might be the case. That doesn't mean I want to sit here and watch that. I'd still like to see someone in the dugout that thinks we can make it 3-1 or make it 3-2. That I'm not happy with that at all. And unfortunately, whenever you say this, you come to this binary conclusion. Everyone's looking for one bad guy. I think the only people that are blameless here are the fans. Honestly, I really, really do. I think we're the ones that have been completely and utterly stitched up by everyone. Sorry, Somerville. Well done, Somerville. He really tried. He tried today. Good on him. I would leave him aside from any criticism. I forgot on. As I'm writing me player ratings down as the game's going on, right? I'm taking notes, writing stuff down. I got to the bit, and I don't really have a system. I sort of jump all over the place as things happen. I sort of write stuff by their names. And Callum Wilson dropped deep to pick up the ball. And this was 80 minutes. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'd forgotten about him. I'd not thought about Callum Wilson. But remember, I'm watching the game. I'd not thought about Callum Wilson for 15, 20 minutes in a game of football. I'd forgotten about a striker. I mean, what the hell does that say? Well, apart from the fact that I've not got a very good memory, but my point is, so lacking in prominence in the game. Granted, he had no service. That may have been it. It would have been it. Fair play to, I want to say, Ezra Myers. Fair play to him, actually, because that was a tough game to come into, and he didn't make a mistake. And actually, it was a couple of occasions I was quite pleased for his pace. He had a couple of races, and he was fine there. Quite humbling, actually. And here's the thing that really bothers me. No, not the thing. There's no one thing that really bothers me, but so we switched to 3 at the back, and then we have a bit of possession. We had plenty of possession in the first half as well, but we've got this possession, and a lot of the time we were very much camped in their half, and we're trying to find a pass. We're playing it around from side to side. A lot of the time it go down the left side, sometimes down the right side. Carl Walker-Peters to try and make something happen, and obviously they were really back marking a lot. They were, whatever, low block, whatever you want to call it. Okay, they're sat back. Okay, so we're missing Lucas Paqueta. We've got a guy on the bench in George Earthy who can make a pass. Bring him on. I don't know if this new striker's any good or not. I don't know. I've looked at him. I've had a look. We looked on. We did a scouting thing on Patreon. I think he's good in the air. I think he seems to hold the ball up okay. I think he's, I think he's got a decent enough shot. I think he's slow, but the slow don't matter. Not in that. They're all just get someone in there. So get the guy on that can pass Earthy and get your striker who's in form, who's scored 10 goals in 13 that you've just spent 20 million euros on. Go on then. They just didn't want. I don't understand. That is one thing I question. I really do. It's going to be very hard for you to convince me otherwise. That by the second half, Nuno Espírito Santo want to do anything other than take the 3-0 loss. And that is very, very worrying. Very worrying indeed. Just trying to think of other players. I think I've covered them all. I mean, what's the point in bringing Souček on and just stick him up there? Did this midfield two of Fernandes and Souček, and he missed his passes and stuff like that, which you expect Souček to do. Don't put him in there. I don't understand. I don't understand why Wilson remained on that pitch. I don't understand how they went and started that game with such. Actually, I say they didn't start the game with a low level of intensity, because the very first thing that happened in the game is Somerville won the ball back. So clearly there was a point, or there was some of them. But that dissipated pretty quickly. I mean, they score after 3 minutes. I guess that was it. Bang. The confidence is gone. So you would concede that the manager can't instill any confidence in them. It's just that I think a lot of the players are just not good enough. And that's down to the board of directors. They have made this. This is their house of cards, and it is just falling down. It really, really is. This is a mess entirely of their own making. I just wish there was some level of humility about them where they could realise and say, actually, we're not good at this. We're no good at this. Do the decent thing and walk. I'm actually surprised. I've got to say, I don't know. I've never been a football manager. I wouldn't know. I do even wonder about, Nuno standing there in that dugout. He was like that. What's he going to do? What's his answer? I don't want to hear more of the same stuff. I wouldn't blame him. If he turns around and he said, I can't work under this mob, I'm walking, I would not blame him at all. But he still is working under them. We still need something from a manager. Still need something from some players. I'd say they're going down, Wolves. Wolves are going down. And as things stand at the moment, they're already far more prepared for the Championship than we are. If I would say to you now who's going to get promoted from the Championship, Wolves or us, you'd say Wolves. You would. Even an eternal optimist, surely. That's how bad it is. This is terminal. It feels terminal for West Ham at the moment. I'm sorry to sit here doing this video. It was not my intention at all. I've spoken to a couple of West Ham fans earlier on today who are not having a particularly good time, the truth be known. Was really looking for an uplift today, a couple of people. I've had a crap Christmas and a feeling that the New Year's already been unkind to them. And, this is the West Ham's their escape. They've let people down. All those fans that travelled, everyone, the club has let them down today. The club, most of the players, the manager. I don't even know why. I don't understand why he's not got his own staff in there either. Either he doesn't want them, or the board are not backing him. I don't know. I'm sick of all of them. I'm sick of any excuses. It just seems like maybe if either the manager can blame the board or the board can blame the manager. I'll get rid of all of them. All of them. We need the owners. We need to clear the decks. This is what we need to do. This is absolutely horrendous. And I'll tell you now, all the, you know, all the protests, all the fight from the fans and from Hammers United and from Crossed Hammers and from the fan advisory board. They don't want this. What they wanted to do was stay up and then get the board removed. No one wanted this. No one wanted this, honestly. But they are so bad. They are so bad. And there is one constant throughout all of this. Well, two constants. I get, you know, Sullivan and Brady are the constants. Whoever's in charge. This is it. This is it. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'll have a lot more to say about this. But you know what? It is a match day. You'll have a lot of stuff to, lot of podcasts, a lot of videos, a lot of stuff to read, a lot of fallout. You might not want it. Might want to switch off. Don't blame me. I'm going to try and do that. Actually, I'll be back tomorrow. As will Mike. We'll be back with his fan cam. As I thought of it, I thought, poor old Mike. Honestly, that's what I'm feeling. I feel, honestly, anytime I think of a West Ham fan, I just think that people have just been let down, massively let down by this club. They have killed us. They have absolutely killed us, this ownership. Rudderless. That is it. We are completely rudderless. Honestly, I feel that in a boardroom, rudderless in the boardroom, rudderless in the dugout. No one's got a clue. There's no leadership. There's no direction. There's no structure. I don't know where we're going. Well, I know people say, yeah, in the Championship. I understand that. I don't know what the plan is, what the purpose of direction is. I'm not talking about that crappy old 10-point plan that they told us all those years ago. What's the direction? What's the direction of travel? I don't know. I don't know what they're hoping for. We're just dropping like a stone. I know what Nuno's plan is. I don't know what's going on. I really, really don't know. I understand he wanted a striker. Well, there you go. I understand he didn't want to play him because he's only just signed. Well, give him 15, 20 minutes when you need a goal. I don't know. That was weird. That was weird. Taking a 3-0 loss. That is weird as hell. There's no goal difference to protect. It's gone. The goal difference is gone. I don't know if he's got so confused and so entrenched and he's finding the job so hard that he can't now make obvious decisions. But I'm quite clear he cannot manage this team. He's not capable of managing this West Ham team. Does that mean he can't manage another team at another club? I'm sure he can. But this West Ham team, and under these circumstances right now, no. He can't do it, can he? Probably not his fault, but even once you've established that it's not his fault, it's hard to look at it and say, oh, but he's going to turn it around. That was weird. I can't even see any evidence. The commentator said, oh, you know, I'm struggling to find some positives here. Whoever was commentating felt they probably had to say something nice to West Ham fans. So I'm struggling to think of anything. There's nothing to say. Somerville looked a bit lively. There you go. Somerville looked a bit lively. You look at Jarrod Bowen playing like that. And this is the thing. It's not about pointing a finger at any one person. It's the whole overreaching issue. That is humbling. That is a reality check. What we've just seen there is a massive reality check. You thought you were crap. Then you thought, oh, hold on. Might get a couple of players in. If we beat Wolves and then we can beat Nottingham Forest, there might be a little hope. That just dragged. No, get back down. There's your reality check. Get back down here. Get back in your place. Because there's Wolves. They are significantly better than you. I cannot believe how slow we are. We are so slow. I've been saying it for years. Years. And I said when it's this striker coming in, and by the way, none of this is his fault. He's not even played a game, right? People said, oh, you've been a bit harsh about this new striker. I wasn't being harsh. I was just saying, I looked at the scouting report, said he could do this well, we'll do this well. But he is slow. I think we're going to need to bring some pace in, right? So it's not about him. It's about why the club have continually, I'm always disappointed when nobody quick comes in. Because we just don't seem to address what is a glaring problem. The Premier League is fast. I watched Burnley the other day. I can't remember the geezer's name in midfield. Very good. Sort of dovetailing and passing it around with Marcus Edwards. Quick, buzzy, really good. I even looked at Burnley. I thought, We are the slowest team in the Premier League. And that's why I said it. I don't know if I said it. I can't remember. We do so many videos. I can't remember where I said what. And I said, if it looks like we're going to go down, I tell you what I'd be doing. I'd be appointing Scott Parker now, to get us ready for next season. Crikey. This is bad, really, really bad. Anyway, I'm sorry. I've had to rant. You guys are going to have to rant. You guys are going to have to, have a vent in the comments and whatnot. Maybe someone's doing a phone in. Like, I don't know if Current Booze are doing a phone in or something. Everyone's got to have a vent. You need to get it out your system. It's just horrendous. It's horrendous. But I would just remember this. Remember, wherever you're going to go and wherever you're going to go and speak or write or whatever, it's us. It's West Ham fans that are the victims. We're being done here. We're being absolutely done. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you for indulging me in my rant. I know it feels crap. It feels absolutely crap. And I've got no comfort in words for you. I'm really, really sorry. But hey, look, we've got to look after each other, right? That's what we've got to do. Look after each other as West Ham fans. Try and look after our club. It's being just dragged down. We're in this together. All of us are in this together. I don't know how we claim our club back. I really don't. But this is gone. It's just gone too far. It's gone too far now. And I'm just looking at everyone and thinking, they're just not capable. No one's capable of rescuing us. But we need rescuing. We need help. We need help, and we need it now. Right. Anyway, I'm sorry to leave you with such a somber, grim message. Take care of yourselves. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.